Hey everyone, welcome back. This is another anime review. I said I was gonna. This is my review of Elfen Lied, by the way. For even though it's not October, I'm still doing my Halloween marathon, and I know that this is. I said I was gonna do this after Higurashi, but you know what? Even though I will be still continuing Higurashi, there's still 2 more videos I need to make on it. All right, haven't got my most recent review uploaded yet, but. Still though, I still have 2 more videos I need to make on it. Okay, but I will still do those, which are basically the reviews of the movie. Or it's actually an OVA, but it's a short movie length. And then my video on Higurashi as a whole, like overall. Okay, which I will still do. Although that video is the last one there's probably going to be really fucking big. So, I'm probably going to need to find some time when I'll actually have time to make that huge fucking video, okay? But this is Elfen Lied. I just wanted to get this out of the way right away, okay? So, it was directed by Mamoru Kanbei and written by Takao Yoshioka. And it's by Studio Arms, and it originally ran from July 25th, 2004 to October 17th, 2004, with a total of 13 episodes in the end. There was also an OVA, which I haven't seen, called 10.5 Reg and Schnauer, okay, which was directed by Mamoru. I'm guessing it's like in between episodes. Since it's called 10.5, I'm guessing it's like in between episodes 10 and 11. That's my guess, anyways. Directed by Mamoru Kanbei and written by Takao Yoshioka, and it's by Studio Arms. It released April 21st, 2005, and it's 25 minutes long. There's technically 14 episodes in the end and all. Alright. So anyways though, about Elfen Lied, I shouldn't need to explain the plot to you, because almost every anime fan at this point knows what Elfen Lied is. I mean, the anime itself is over a decade old, okay? So, actually, yeah, it's a very recently, over a decade old, so you probably know it by now, but since this is a review, I'm obligated to explain it. So here we go. Elfen Lied takes place in this alternate universe where there is these creatures known as Diclonius, who were I don't remember if it said they were created by humanity or they just came into being somehow, but either way, they're basically evolved forms of humans. To the human eye, they actually look exactly like human beings, except for the horns in their head, okay, sticking out at the top of their head. Other than that, to the human beings, to the human eye, they look exactly like other humans, except the biggest difference, which humans obviously can't perceive, is that they have invisible arms known as vectors, which they use to rip people to shreds. Okay. The main Diclonius in the series is a girl named Lucy, who, when she was a kid, met a boy named Kota, and was starting to fall in love with him, wanted to be with him, but after she killed his parents, she was basically captured, okay, and locked up to where she basically couldn't move at all for so many fucking years. And she was experimented on and whatnot for all those years and studied, okay. However, she broke out at the beginning of the series, caused a bloody fucking mess, a massacre basically, and ended up escaping for this, although it's unknown what she was trying to do from the beginning. Originally, she just wanted to find Kota to apologize to him for everything that she did, and to atone for her sins. And to do that, she was willing to single-handedly fight entire armies. Okay. And succeed, too, because she's really fucking powerful for the series. Like, seriously, there are other Diclonius, too, such as, I forget what the names of the other 2 are, but there are 2 other female Diclonius who, in terms of strength, one of the, like the one weak one, the one who doesn't want to fight, is nowhere near as strong as Lucy, but the other one, that like really little girl, who seems to have really something wrong with her in the head, is much stronger than Lucy, actually. Alright. I don't think that ever actually changes either. in the series. So at least as far as we can perceive as the viewers. Okay. So in terms of the plot, it's actually quite original, and this is a very dark series with lots of emotions here. Now, I have not read the manga. The anime does get a lot of hate. I don't care. I love it. Okay. The ending almost made me cry because it was just that fucking sad. Okay, and this is in terms of tone, this series is pitch fucking black. Okay, it really is. So if you don't like that type of series, then this is not for you at all. Okay. So in terms of the plot, I love the plot. It's so original, and also it's so violent, and there's literally no censorship at all. I mean, there's not only extreme violence in the series, but also nudity, and nothing is fucking censored. I don't see how they can get that on Japanese TV. I guess it's kind of the same thing with, again, I'm not complaining, but with Madhouse showing a fucking cock in Parasite. It's kind of weird. Although this happened over a decade ago. You know what I mean? Yeah, so no censorship whatsoever. Seriously. Even for the original TV airings. None. Amazing. Alright. So in terms of the plot, not a whole lot to say about the plot, except what I just said. Now, there are a few plot holes throughout the course of the series, okay? I mean, as much as I love the plot, as much as I love this series, I cannot deny that there are definitely a few plot holes throughout the course of the series that didn't quite get cleared up, unfortunately. That's probably cleared up in the manga, but I'll probably read the manga eventually. Usually when I say that, it means somewhere between 5 to 10 years from now. I'm not kidding either. That's how much I procrastinate when it comes to reading manga. But anyways though. So there's there's that. If I had to come up with complaints for the plot, it's that there are some plot holes here and there, but not too much to really destroy the series for me, I don't think. In terms of the characters, I think at least all the central characters are really good. Well, there's 5 characters which I thought was notable, I recall. The 3 main Diclonians, there's Lucy, and then there's those other 2. Okay. Then there's that one, I think he's like a general in the military or something who going to hunt the Diclonius. Alright, that one douchebag guy. The reason why, I mean, he's just such an unlikable fucking dickhead. But that's why I think he's so good, because he was written to be unlikable. And in that sense, he was written very well. Okay? He really was. Because that's how he was that's how the writers wanted you to see him. I'm almost fucking certain. And then the other one, obviously, is Kota, who's Lucy's main love interest. He's the main character. In terms of him being a main character, I don't think he's amazing, but he's not bad either. He's decent. Okay? But I love his and Lucy's chemistry with one another. I really do. I think they have great chemistry. I think they work well together. And overall, I think he's a decent character in general. And main character, right? Lucy, I think a lot of people will say this. I felt so fucking sorry for her. I heard some people complaining that, the only reason she went crazy is because her dog got beat to death in front of her. But that's not the only thing. Okay, not only did she get years of her entire life ridiculed because of the horns on her head. Alright, ridiculed more than anyone who, more than hundreds of kids being bullied around or thousands of kids being bullied around the world combined. And that's being generous with it. Okay? Plus she got thrown in this. It's this. I'm not sure what that home was. A foster home, but it has all these really crazy fucking kids in it. So maybe it was a juvenile or something. Maybe it was an insane asylum for kids. I don't fucking know. She got thrown in there, okay? Her dog got beaten to death in front of her. Then, when she found Kota, she thought that she could finally find some happiness in her life. But then she ended up killing his parents, and I know that is a huge criticism that a lot of people have for her too, but you gotta think, she was never taught about, like, family relationships or anything like that, so she had no idea. She thought that his parents were just gonna try to steal her away from him, and she was never really taught about, or steal him away from her, and she was never really taught about human emotions either, in that regard, so she killed them on impulse. And, of course, that caused him to snap and caused her to fall in even further despair. Okay, he left her. She was captured. Locked up in this chamber where she literally could not move at all for like over a decade, I think. Which that would make anyone go fucking insane unless they're not already fucking insane. Okay. And she was constantly tortured and experimented on and researched for all that time. And once she finally broke out, she was constantly shot at and chased around. Okay. Just so that she could, and she constantly fought on, like, she even admitted, or basically admitted, like hinted towards, I think, at the end of the series, that she hated killing all those people, but she did it so that she could find Kota, the man that she loved, and apologize to him. Okay. That's the reason why, like, how can you not feel sorry for this fucking woman? Seriously. Everything she went through in her life, god damn it. So, yeah. Needless to say, she's an extraordinarily complex character. An extraordinarily fucking complex character. And she's extremely well written, extremely sympathetic and sad. Okay? And I love her. She's my... I think it should be obvious, right? But she's definitely my favorite character in the entire goddamn series, okay? Because she didn't care who she had to kill in order to get to Kota and apologize to him. Quite honestly. And then it's kind of hinted that she might be dead at the end, but after that it's hinted that she might actually be alive at the end. Who fucking knows, really? Like, seriously. But anyways, though. Other than that, the other two Daikonis are pretty good characters as well. And again, so is that one military guy, simply because he was very well written for what they were going for with him. So in terms of the characters, all of the other characters are really fucking annoying, especially Yuki, Kota's fucking stupid-ass cousin. Yeah, everyone says it, so I have to say it too. I'm just going to move away from that. And all the other characters are either annoying or just pointless, really. The way I see it, anyways. Okay, so in terms of the music in this series is really fucking good. Not some of the best I've seen in an anime like this, you know, but it's not nowhere close to bad. Okay, it's really not. The music's really good. Okay, it's really catchy. It fits the scenes perfectly. Okay, and I really have no issues with the music at all, except for in, like, when there are comedy relief scenes. The music in those scenes, like in most, if not all, anime, isn't very good or memorable. But other than that, I really have no other complaints about the music. The art itself is pretty standard, but it's not a huge complaint, just kind of a nitpick and something I thought I'd mention. The animation is kind of a mixed bag, like in most anime, like in most modern anime, where it's not necessarily bad, but it could definitely be a lot better. And this is by ARMS, so I'm not expecting that much in the way of animation, quite honestly. I mean, I'm just being honest with you here. From ARMS, I'm not expecting a whole lot in the way of animation, and what they provided, I think, was pretty decent. Like, in terms of the action scenes, the animation is really good. All of the other scenes, it ranges from just decent to bad, but as an overall package in terms of the animation, I think that it's pretty good. Okay, I really do. What else? In terms of, I don't really think there's anything else left to talk about with this series, though. I will talk about the dub real quick. Now, I've mentioned this many times before in my videos, that in most cases, I am a primarily a dub-only person. And if you're like me, where you only turn away from dubs that are like the worst of the worst fucking dubs, then watch this dubbed, because this is nowhere near the worst dub I've ever fucking seen in my life, okay? Nowhere near it. However, if you're skeptical and you just want the best voice acting you can possibly get out of it, then by all means, watch this subbed. I mean, I watched it dubbed. I think the dub's decent. I don't really fucking care, quite honestly. Yeah, I just thought I'd mention that real quick. Doesn't really factor into my review, but I just thought I'd mention that real quick, though, okay? So, yeah. Other than that, I don't really think there's anything else for me to say in this review. I really loved Elfen Lied. It's one of my favorite horror anime ever, and I definitely recommend it. Okay, for anyone who's a fan of horror. Okay? Because this is about as horror as it gets. Like, with the violence, the nudity, the extremely dark themes. Like, there's definitely flaws here and there. A little bit with the music, a little bit, or actually quite a bit with the animation, the art, and also a few plot holes here and there. Which, again, like, plot holes are a major thing in a story, granted. But they're not so gaping to where it completely fucking shatters everything. At least for me, okay. So, overall, I definitely recommend the series if you have yet to see it. And that's it for this review. My throat's becoming hoarse right now. So I'm glad I'm done with the review. So anyways, overall, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. See you after, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.